Well, hey folks, and welcome to Solar Cabin Channel. I've got what I hope is an interesting video on a new product for you. This is an Aosom, A-O-S-O-M, bike trailer and stroller, pet stroller. Now, I have had an Aosom trailer for about 3 years now. I got one of their cargo trailers. Now, I've shown videos of the cargo trailer being used with my e-bikes before, and it has been a great trailer. I've had it for 3 years now. It's held up very well, and I use it for hauling supplies when I go adventuring, or if I'm doing a resupply run to town, I'll take that trailer with me, and I haul my dog Tazaroo around in it all the time. However, it doesn't have a cover on the top of it, and so it's wintertime here. As you can see, I got the plastic on my cabin for my solarium porch, and it's cold enough that I worry that the cold wind is blowing on her while I'm riding, and it also doesn't really protect her very much if some debris flies up from a vehicle that's passing me or just from the road, could possibly injure her. So I contacted Aosom, and they sent me this e-bike trailer or bike trailer that can also work as a pet stroller, and it has a cover on the top, and it supposedly has some windows with mesh on them and also plastic covering over the windows. So it's supposed to be a lot better for hauling a dog around, and it also has enough room that I can still use it for doing my resupply runs when I run into town. And so what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to open it up, unbox it, put it together so I can show you how it works, and then I'll take it for a short ride with my e-bike and my dog so we can see how it works and if it works better than the cargo trailer. I sure hope it will, and I think it will. So let's open this up here. See what comes in the package. And it came well packaged, I can tell you that. It's got styrofoam on both sides. Set this out of the way here. Don't need these. That. And let's see, better take the tires out. Looks like we got tires in there first. There. This comes with 16-inch tires. My other one has 20-inch tires on it. But I think this will actually be better with the 16-inch tires because it sits lower. Take this off. It sits lower because of where it will mount to the e-bikes. So this has the smaller 16-inch tires on it. Don't need that. Let's see. Looks like that is the stroller handles. And I'm not sure if I'll use the stroller for pushing a dog around. However, I think that I can use this when I go do my resupply runs. I'll be able to use the stroller and just take it in the stores, or a lot of times I'll stop at the farmer's market. I can just walk around the farmer's market and get my supplies and whatever groceries and stuff I'm going to get, fresh fruits and vegetables from the farmer's market. Or if I'm going someplace where they don't have carts, I can push this around and get all my supplies in this using the stroller, and then go attach it back to my bike. So that's pretty convenient. So here is the, looks like I'm caught on something here. There. Here is the stroller. And looks like here's the front wheels that come on it. Now, you don't have to keep the front wheels on, I'm sure. They are only if you're using it as a stroller. Otherwise, you can take the front wheels off. That's all that came in the box, so it looks like it's pretty much put together. And that's how I like it. I don't have to do a lot to put it together. Now, you notice I got the fancy green one. They do have 4 or 5 different colors available. I think they got like a red and gray, gray, and some other colors. Maybe a black, I think. But I got the green, and part of the reason I got the green is because I want this thing to show up from miles away. Because where I ride here on these backcountry roads, we have a lot of trucks and a lot of truckers, oil well workers, and they don't respect people on bikes very much. And if they don't see you, they're less likely to respect you. And so this bright green one, I'm hoping will show up from a long distance. It also makes it easier because a lot of times when I go e-biking off in the dunes, I will disconnect the trailer so that I can go riding And this makes it show up from a distance, so if I happen to lose it and need to find my way back to it, this will show up a lot better. I will probably also attach a flag to it because I generally ride with a flag on my bikes around here. So let's see what we got here. Looks like it folds out like so. Okay, and it does have this looks like it's got a zipper screen on it. Yeah, it's got a zipper screen, so you can let the dog in from the front, or you can let the dog in. I'll show you here. It has an opening on the back, so you can put the dog in from the front or the back. Zip this up, and then it also has this clear plastic cover with Velcro on the front, so that will protect. Now, once I get it all set up, it will hold its weight better. It also has a top. It's got a Velcro top with a nice mesh screen on top, so you get plenty of ventilation, so it's not going to get too hot in there for the dog. And you can also cover that back up if it happens to be raining or snowing or something like that. And it's also got mesh on the sides. It's got mesh on the sides for ventilation on both sides. It's got a pocket down here for extra supplies, Velcro on it, nice pocket on that side. On the back, it's got a pocket pouch for carrying stuff that you might want to take along with you. It's got flashers on the back. It's got a zipper, and this unzips. It's got Velcro and it unzips, so you can let your dogs in either from the front or the back. And then it's got a zipper on it. Zippers seem to be well made. Mesh is all good. Sewing and stitching all looks real good. It's got flashers, that's good on the back here. It's got side pockets on both sides with Velcro on them. And then I'll have to look to see how to attach the handles. I'm sure they're not hard to do. But I know how the wheels go on these. Let's see how we put this together here. Okay, take that off. And that. And there's the front wheels. And it looks like they just slide over there. Make sure we put them in the right direction. I'd say they go that direction. I'm doing this without looking at any instructions, so I hope I'm doing it right. Looks like that pulls or unscrews. Like that. Slides on and screws back in there like so. Good solid connection. And then it does look like it has a brake. Some type, I think that's a brake. Oh no, that's so the wheels can rotate. Okay. That's if you're on a stroller, if you don't want it to go straight, then you unlatch that and then the wheels will turn and rotate, whatever. So if you're pushing, it makes it easier to push. And then you can lock it again. Okay. So that's the front wheels. That went on easy enough. And then the rear wheels, they slide in. And should just latch like so. And the same thing on the other side. Just got to remove these plastic caps. Come off of there. So, and that goes in there. Just slides in and latches. Now, there is a latch underneath the bottom side. You can see right here. I got to undo this, but there's a latch on both sides. You just pull that, and then you can disconnect the wheels again. So if you're storing it in a small place, you can disconnect the wheels, put them inside, and this folds down, so you can fold it down for a small space to carry along with you. Now, there's the wheels in the front. Let's put this handlebar on here. It's got some, wouldn't you know, they'd have it all taped up tight. Take that off. Take that off. And it comes with a cup holder. It comes with a cup holder, so if you're strolling and you want to put your drink in there, you can. There. Straight. Okay. Now it's got a handle and a joint. Now I got to figure out how to keep it from folding down. Ah, here we go. Okay. I figured it out. There's no instructions that came with this. I'm sorry, so I'm kind of figuring this out as I go along. This is the lock for locking it so it doesn't fold down. Okay, so you just fold those down. Same on the other side. Now that makes sense. All right. Now you can see it out to its full size. Has good wheels, good stroller. This feels, I'd probably tighten these up a little bit. Now you got stroller. I may look a little weird pushing a stroller, but you know what? That'd be real handy around my campsite when I need to haul stuff around, or if I'm going, like I said, to the farmer's market or even to the grocery store. Pull that in with me instead of bringing one of their carts around and have to load it up twice. I can load it up and get my groceries loaded in this thing here, and it has a nice on the back side. It's got a cup holder, bag down there for extra supplies. And with the handle on it, I could easily put my sleeping bag or my other gear that I like to take along with a bungee cord. I can wrap that other gear around here, and then I can just take it right on top of the trailer while I'm taking the dog along. So that's good. And it has the wheels on front that are detachable. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to flip it up, because I've got to put this arm out here that is going to be used for the, and what's got, it's got a pin on it. It's got a pin right here. You undo the pin, and then this comes forward. You take the plastic off of this. Don't need that. Okay, and you fold that up, and then it's got a pin on a strap. I like that they included the strap, so you don't lose the pin. Pin goes through like so. And then this slips over, and that locks it down. And they include, this is the connector to go on your bike, right here. Has the connector to go on the bike. Get back around here. It has the connector to go on the bike. And what you'll need to do is just find a place, usually it'll fit over the spoke hub, but if not, on my bike, I've got a bolt that was for a fender. And I just take that loose, and with a lock washer, I connect this to my bike. And then this connects to your quick connector. This has a spring in it. If I can show you here. This has a spring in here. And that's real handy because it flexes, instead of a solid arm, it will flex. If you're going down the road and you hit something, it will flex like a shock absorber, okay? So it's less likely to jar the bike around. And because this attaches to the bottom of the bike, instead of up next to the handlebar or up next to the seat, it's a lot less likely to tip you over. If this tips over, it's probably not going to tip you over on your e-bike. So that's good. And then this connects in there. And this also has a pin on a strap. Okay, so it will connect. It's got a it's got a hole, so you want to make sure you line up your holes. And then it's got a pin that goes through it, like so. And then that goes over that side like that. That locks it to the bike. And then it also has a safety strap. Very important. And you want to just connect the safety strap to the frame on your bike, which I'll show you when I get it connected up. Connect that to the frame on your bike. That way, if this happens to come loose, the pin popped out or something like that, which isn't likely because it's a lock pin. But if it did happen to happen, then your safety strap, just like a trailer on a car, the safety strap will hold on to the bike and hold on to the trailer until you can get slowed down enough to find out what's wrong, why you lost your pin or something like that. So that's a safety strap. When it's not used, you can put it back in there. Now this arm folds back underneath the trailer. When you're pushing it like a stroller, you just fold it back underneath the trailer and put the pin in, and it stays underneath the trailer. No one knows it's there until you hook it back up to your bike. Okay, so that went together real fast. Once I figured out what I was doing anyway. It looks good. It has some straps here. If you want to roll this up, you can roll this up here. So if you don't need it, just roll this up. And then it goes inside these. It's got these little straps on the side here, elastic straps. So you can roll that up out of the way, okay? Or you can roll it down if the weather's really bad, or if I'm riding with Tazzy and I don't want the cold wind blowing on her, I'll roll that back down. That lets her see out, but also protects her from any flying debris and rain and wind and stuff like that. All right, looks real good. So now all I got to do is hook it up to my e-bike. Looks real good. So now all I got to do is hook it up to my e-bike and see how it pulls. Okay, and I like the way it's built. It seems to be very well made. It's got 16-inch tires on it. I may want to add a little air to them. They're not completely full, but they'll do for now. I would generally keep them a little bit fuller than that. It's lightweight enough, and you can fold this back down anytime you want to. Just loosen those two flat straps, or two connectors right there, and then this folds down. You hold it here. It folds right down. So this would be really nice for if I'm going somewhere without the dog, like if I'm going on a resupply run. I can fold it down like this. I'd probably put a bungee strap on it just to hold it, but it folds down like that, and then it wouldn't resist the wind so much. So when I'm driving down the road, this is a lot more aerodynamic to get where I'm going in the e-bike, and then I can fold it back up when I get where I want to load in my supplies. Push this down, real quick connect. Boom, we're ready to go. Now I've got all my groceries and supplies and stuff in my trailer. I can bring them on home. And this would hold, it's got a good supply. This would hold, you know, easily, for me, it would hold a month's worth of groceries. But for, you know, an average person, it'd probably hold, you know, a week's worth of groceries or more. Or whatever supplies that you're hauling. So, very well constructed. So now I'm going to hook this up to my e-bike and we'll take it for a ride with Tazzy and show how it works. Okay, folks, so I've got this Aosom dog trailer and stroller hooked up to my e-bike, and Tazzy is so excited. She knows what I'm doing. She knows that that trailer is for her, and so she's very excited to go for a ride here. And I've got her little bed in there. Now, this connected really easy to my bike, and it should have connected to any bike fairly easily. What you need to do is down here. Wait a minute, Tazaroo! You gotta wait a minute! All right, down here you gotta find some type of bolt on your bike. You got to find some type of bolt on your bike that you can connect this to. And what I used is this bike had an extra fender bracket back here, which I didn't really need. And I could get a longer bolt and still keep the fender bracket on, but I just took the fender bracket off for now. And then I used the bolt that would normally connect to, because it doesn't connect to anything else. And I used that bolt and I put a lock washer on it. And then that goes through the connector. They send this connector with the trailer. You connect that to your bike, and then with the easy disconnect, you can just disconnect this right from your bike and go riding and leave this right on your bike. You don't have to take it off. And then the safety strap, I just went around my frame up here underneath the wiring. Don't put it over your wiring. I went underneath the brake cable and connected it to the frame. And this is so that if this does happen to come, you can see the pin here. If this pin did happen to pop loose here, or at the back end, and this trailer came loose, the safety strap would hold it and keep it in place until you slowed down. So that's a safety feature that you want to definitely use the safety strap whenever you're riding to protect your dogs and your cargo, okay? So it went on really easy, and I just used a hex head bolt with a lock washer that holds it nice and tight to the bike. Now, this bike, I have shown this in other videos, and this is the Frigo DK200 e-bike, and it is meant for off-road or on-road riding, and it goes quite fast, up to 35 miles per hour. However, I won't be going that fast while I'm towing Tazzy around. We'll keep it down to a reasonable speed, but I'm going to take it out here on the road. I'll show you this trailer. It looks really nice from a distance. Looks really nice connected to that. It shows up, that nice green will show up so people will see it. And I can take that along. I could take the stroller handles off, which I probably will do unless I'm going to town. I'll probably disconnect the stroller handles, which come off real easily, and just use it as the dog trailer. But the handle will be really nice when I'm going into town and I need to do some resupply runs. All right, so I think we're ready now for a quick run. Tazzy, do you think we need to put I've got her bed inside and she's so excited. Just so to show you what I do here. Because the bottom of this isn't padded really well. It does have a little padding, but not very much. I put her dog bed that she sleeps in all the time. I just stick her dog bed in there, and that gives her some extra cushion on the sides and the back, and it will also prevent her. And I like one of the things that I had a problem with the cargo trailer. You want to get in there? Go ahead. In. Show them how you do it. Oh, good girl. You're going to turn around, your butt's sticking out here. You can't ride like that. You got to get your butt inside. We'll fix her. Now, she's a fairly big dog, okay? She's a good medium-sized dog. She will fit in there once I stuff her tail in and get her turned around the right direction, but she'll fit in there. Now, I do like that they have these sidebars on this right here, these sidebars, because on the cargo trailer, she had a tendency to push against the sides, and she pushed the material over against the tire, and it was wearing the material out, and so I ended up putting some plywood on the inside of my cargo trailer. Hopefully, I won't have that problem with this trailer because it has these side rails, which should protect it from rubbing against it. All right, so I'm going to stuff the dog in there correctly. She's so excited. I'm going to put her in there correctly so she's in there all the way in the trailer, and then I will fold this vinyl flap down over the front. That will protect her, and we'll take this out on the road, and I'll give it a few test runs just to show you how it works with this e-bike. Works great. What do you think, Tazaroo? Is it good enough? It's good enough to go for a ride? All right, we're going to go for a ride now. I'm going to take her up to the dunes. We're going to go for a ride and see how it works out there. Okay, so I brought Tazzy up to our favorite hiking place out here in the dunes, and she's out running around having a good old time. And this trailer rode really fine. In fact, you can hardly even tell it's behind the bike. And that's with that big 50, 60-pound dog in the back of it. And you notice the tires, like I said, are 16-inch tires on this. And if you notice, that actually works better with these lower e-bikes because it puts it more in line with where the bracket is that I'm using on this e-bike. If I had the 20-inch tires, it'd probably tip it a little bit forward. 16-inch tires works really well with this size bike, and this is a full-size bike with a very high seat. It's just that where I attach the bracket on these 20-inch tires is a little bit lower than would be on a standard like a 26-inch tire or something like that. So it worked great. Tazzy's having her a blast running around in the dunes. And it pulls really well. In fact, I was doing 26, 27 miles per hour, no problem towing this thing. And so it will go even faster than that without that big fat dog in the back of it when I'm going on supply runs, especially when I just fold it down. Like I said, I'll fold it down, and that way then it will be even more aerodynamic when I'm pulling it, and I'll probably take the handle off. It all depends on how I use it. All right, I'm very happy with the product. It is well made. This is again by Aosom, Aosom. It is their 2-in-1 dog trailer and stroller, pet stroller, and you can get them on Amazon at a reasonable price to go behind your bikes or e-bikes, and I think they work really well. Looks really good. I'm very impressed with it. All right, folks. Hope you enjoyed this.